All right then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Space. So let's first of all have a look at crypto bubbles and see what is going on a daily time frame, okay? So we've got Solana, which is 3.6 up, okay? We've got new protocol, which is 17.3%, Mina protocol 2.1, STX token 18.8, and a Bonk, which is currently going down 12.2%. Hadera H bar 8.2. That's great because I'm currently having a little bit of H bar in my bag. As we can see over here, the whole crypto is pretty much up. Maybe these pumps are not huge, but this is only the beginning of the bull market, okay? So let's have a look at the fear and greed index. That's 74 currently, and we are pretty much over 70 for the last few days, right? Last month we're on 69. Yesterday 73, 74. If we are going to scroll down over here, and if we are going to see levels of 74, right? Before, when we had 74, right, in the past, 75, 74, we dipped a little bit, right? Which technically could represent a little bit of cool off, right? But let's go to the news, okay? I would like to talk about Solana today. So Solana price technicals hint at 40% crash by New Year's. Solana's price uptrend lacks the underlying momentum required to continue its bull run, indicating a sell-off ahead. So, Solana price risks losing nearly half its value in the coming weeks as the classic technical setup puts a potential 40% crash into play. Bearish divergence limits Solana upside prospects. As of December 19th, Solana is trading at around $76, up around 50% compared to its local price low around $51 a month ago. However, Sol's rally lacked the momentum required to sustain the uptrend further. Okay, so let's have a look firstly at the Bitcoin before we are going to get into Solana and check technical analysis, okay? That's Bitcoin on the daily, right? As you can see, guys, over here, we are pretty much dealing with a quite strong support at the moment, right? So before we are going to get an ETF, right? So that's going to be a little bit higher over here on the daily. I would say that will be our range of support over here, right? So as we can see, and we are going to zoom in, we have pretty much touched that support and went down a little bit, right? However, longer term, of course, we are bullish, right? We are constantly going upwards in this trend over here, right? So that's great. However, it's a long term, okay? Now let's have a look at Bitcoin dominance, okay? So Bitcoin dominance dropped a little bit from 55% to 53%, right? And now let's have a look at a crypto market cap, right? As you can see, guys, over here, right? We had this breakout from the top, right? From this trend down pretty much. And we went a little bit higher to 1.5 trillion dollars, right? However, again, we are sitting at a pretty much long-term support with quite a few confirmations, right? So we've got confirmation over here, right? In that area. We've got confirmation over here, 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 right? So that is pretty much a strong support long term, right? We might see some cool off pretty much soon, right? And if we are going to look at a total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's pretty much similar thing going on over here, guys, right? We are currently sitting on a very long-term support on the daily, right? And now finally, let's have a look at Solana, guys, okay? So let's have a look at the daily chart first, okay? And see what is going on in Solana, okay? Let me put it that way, okay? And if I'm going to draw support, right, we can clearly see that there is a quite strong support, which pretty much leads us back to the previous bull market, right? So if we are going to zoom in over here, right? As you can see, guys, we are currently trying to break through that resistance, right? Support and resistance. So if I'm going to have a look at 3 daily chart, right? It's pretty much more clear now. The RSI is currently at level of 74, right? And it really did drop from around 90, which was a top, to around 75, right? Which on a 3-day chart is seen much more clearly. We might expect some sort of a drop, right? But what kind of a drop we could potentially expect over here, guys, right? So if I'm going to try to look at the next level of support, right, from our bull market, from that last bull market, that's going to be around $58 possibly, right? And if we are going to see it, that's going to be around 24%, okay? So anything between 20 and 40% could be expected in the next few weeks, right? Personally, I'm going to sell a little bit of my Solana just in case, so I can take some profits, all right? Please don't get me wrong, guys. I'm definitely bullish on Solana. However, that's going to be long term, right? At the moment, what I'm seeing is potential cool down overall in the market, okay? If we are going to look at Solana on DeFi Llama, right, we can see that Solana is generating a lot of money, right, over here. So let's move this thing over here, right? And as you can see over here, guys, right, we had a lot of fees, and of course, these were peak prices in the previous bull market, right? We went down, right? It's constantly refreshing. So we went down, right? And the volume started growing, right? Pretty much at the end of the last year. And it's constantly growing and generating a lot of volume. Same as fees. As you can see, fees are in a pink color, right? If I'm going to zoom in, of course, it's not a lot, right? But it's definitely much more than before, right? Same goes for the total value locked, right? Maybe I'm going to take it out a little bit so it can be more clear, right? So total value locked is growing. Let me take out the volume. Okay, so as you can see, guys, over here, the total value locked is growing, right? So as you can see over here, there is a big discrepancy between that top over here, which was around, well, pretty much $10 billion of total value locked in November 2021 to right now, which is currently at 1.7 billion, right? So as you can see, Solana 6x'd, I believe, from its low from December last year, right? And it might go to 1K, I would say. That's obviously my personal prediction, right? Let's have a look at Twitter over here, guys, right? So if we're going to look at Twitter, right, maybe it's not a lot, but their follower statistics are constantly growing, right? It's a steady growth, as you can see over here. So that ecosystem of Solana is pretty much alive, right? And we are just in the beginning of a bull market, guys. All right, then, that's it for today's video. If you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel. I'm actually curious if I'm going to get any subscriber from the first video or any type of interaction. Thank you very much, everybody. Peace and love, crypto.